My big idea for 2025 is strategic communication over reactionary clapbacks. So we are going into a time where it is going to be so critically important for us to be tactical about how we respond in the way that we communicate. And this is whether we're communicating verbally, in writing, visually, or non-verbally. We've been in a space where, we just say what we want to say. And we know that some people are going to continue to just say what they want to say. But if you want to be somebody who is a person who can shape people's perceptions, can be someone who shifts perspectives or influences outcomes, you're going to have to really position yourself to be able to be a strategic communicator. That means communicating with intention, communicating with purpose, really understanding what it is that you are trying to get across, who you're trying to get it across to, and what is the best way for you to be able to get that message across. And so there are three things that I think that we need to, not even that I think, that I know we need to be focused on when we're thinking about how we are going to move into this phase of not just reacting to things, that we see on social media or that people are saying to us in the workplace or in our families or in our relationships. If we really want to win, if we really want to succeed, then there are three things about our communication that is going to be vitally important. One is clarity. We are going to have to learn how to be crystal clear in our messaging. What we know from, looking out into the world on social media, on TV, in our little group chats, wherever it is, that messages get crossed and that the things that we mean to say, we don't necessarily say. One, because we don't just say it outright, right? We want to beat around the bush. But when you are communicating from a strategic point, you need to do that with clarity. Like just say what you mean. And I know that in certain instances that might offend people, it may ruffle some feathers. It doesn't mean, when I say what you mean, it doesn't mean be offensive. It does mean be clear. It does mean say what it is that you mean so you don't have to then say, well, that's not what I meant, right? So you got to be clear. So that's one of the things about strategic communication is clarity. The second is confidence. Be confident. You know how they say, I said what I said? Well, be confident in what it is that you're putting out into the world. Now, confidence is an outpouring or an outcome of clarity, right? So you got to be clear first about the message, and then you have to deliver that message confidently with confidence, right? And so that when people hear you speak or when they see that you've written something, that they know that you meant it, and also they can be confident in you, right? So it's not just your confidence, but also that people are confident in that message coming from you. And the third is credibility. We often think about credibility as, whether or not people know, like, and trust us. But part of being credible is first knowing, liking, and trusting you. And so looking at, who you are and whether or not you are the person to be speaking about the thing, right? And communicating about the thing that you're communicating about. We see this on social media all the time. There's a hot topic and everybody weighs in, right? Everybody weighs in. They don't have expertise the first. So what you want to make sure is that with credibility, there's the credibility of you being able to have the expertise, the professional expertise, the personal expertise, the personal experience, the education, the degrees, the certifications, whatever. So there's that part of credibility, right? So you want to have that to be able to talk about the things that you're going to be talking about, sharing the things that you're going to share. But the other part of that credibility is being a credible source. We have so much misinformation and disinformation that's out there in the world that you want to make sure that when people hear something from you, when they read something that you have written, they can be confident, right? That this is a credible source. They can be confident that you are the type of person that if you share this, that if you write about this, that you have done the legwork as best you can, right? Your due diligence to ensure that the information that you're putting out into the world is accurate, right? And so credibility is not just about, oh, I got the degrees. It's, am I a trusted source of that information? So as we move into 2025 and beyond, we need to move away from just saying whatever we want to say or just, reacting in the moment to whatever is out there and get really strategic about how we are going to communicate going forward. Really purposeful, really intentional about what we say, how we say it, who we say it to, why we're saying it, right? So no more of the reactionary clapbacks. Let's get into strategic communication for 2025 and beyond.